Terrell. All right, so spent the morning cleaning up a little bit because my work areas. I got this area kind of cleaned up. I got to clean up the shit all behind me. So I finished up yesterday. I was able to finish up the base, so that's looking really good. This part's magnetized. That'll ship separately, but I'll go ahead and glue in. Let's do that right now. I'll glue this little tail in, that little tail in. That way they're permanent. There's no reason not to glue them in. So orb looks pretty good. Just again, we're just following kind of like the box art slash Mark Havacan's original paint up. The only thing about this sculpt is that the eye is kind of sculpted a little wonky, so I just painted it to follow the shape. But it's okay. He's like a little creature, so his eye's not perfectly round. And then the bottom, I preserved the signature from Mark Havacan and the sculptor. I had the sculptor sign this at Wonderfest. Because when I bought this kit off of Jeff Camp, Mike Petrzak happened to be there. So I had him sign it. So now this is signed by the sculptor and Mark. Mark signs all the stuff. There's some sticky stuff on here too, so I can get it off without messing up the signatures. Yeah, I'm not gonna go this year. I had just booked my room, and then found out that my daughter's high school graduation is the same weekend, so not gonna make it this year. I don't want to take the signatures off. Get some alcohol here. Not sure what the alcohol would do to the Sharpie. I'm gonna try to avoid it. Oops. It's not hurting the Sharpie. Alright, there's just some. I'm not sure if that's from my tape or from something else, but there was just some residue at the bottom here, some tape or something. Just picking up dirt. Just clean it up a little bit. Okay, so there's the base. Alright, so now we're going to mask everything. I'm going to mask off the arms and the face. We'll get the purple sprayed today, and that's all I can do on her. So I got to get mask, get the purple down. Purple's got to dry overnight. And then we'll do the orange tomorrow. And hopefully we can get basically get it all clear coated, get everything painted tomorrow, get the painting done tomorrow, and then it's just a matter of letting the clear coat dry overnight before I can take photos on let's say today's Tuesday, right? On Wednesday, Thursday. So while the stuff's drying, I'll break out all the repairs and paint touch-ups I gotta do. Yeah, if you've never been, man, it's a great show. Once you go once, you'll want to go every year. So, all right, just for my sanity, I always like to do a tape test, even though it's like I just throw some tape on the paint and never rip it off. I should be okay because this has been primed and painted and sanded and cleaned and everything, so we should be good to go. Yeah, my first year was 2015, and the only year I've missed was COVID. You know, when they obviously when no one went. So. And it always happens the weekend of my wedding anniversary. I told my wife if we want to spend our anniversary together, we want to spend it together in Louisville. It's always that, usually that first weekend of June. My anniversary is June 3rd. But we've never really celebrated our anniversary, to be honest. This year's going to be 25 years. But we have a kind of a combo trip. Like for my daughter's high school graduation, she wanted to do a cruise. So we were originally going to go on a cruise, but that fell through. So now we are taking a vacation for her graduation. We're just going to go to Mexico for a week. My sister has, for lack of a better term, a timeshare with Hard Rock properties. So we're going to go there for a week for my daughter's graduation and to kind of celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary. The nice thing about this head is that there's like a little undercut sculpted into the cowling. Now once everything gets unmasked, I will do a little black line around the cowl of the mask just to kind of clean up that edge a little bit. And so Tony wanted the same purple I did for the Gravity Labs Beasts, which I do have the paint for that. So that I remember what I did, because it's kind of my go-to metallic purple. It's kind of what I use for everything. So it's convenient that I know how I've done that in the past. The orange, I'm gonna have to kind of think about. I think I'm gonna just do a normal bright orange and then put a pearl over it to give it that little kind of shimmer. Dragon Con. I don't know what that is. So Nick, what's Dragon Con? Is that a like a there's so many different shows that deal with modeling or just pop culture. Like there's so many I don't even know. I don't know half. You know, the majority of them. There's a few here in Dallas that I know that I've never been to. By friends that go to them. Like we have our own version of Comic Con. I forget what it's called. I've never been to it. But if Comic Con or any of those cons are like that, or anything like, so we have this comic store by us called Madness Comics. It's a huge comic store. They sell obviously comics, but they also like sell Gundam model kits, and they sell some sideshow stuff. So it's a huge store, and they have a huge area for playing board games. So the place is packed like Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays. People playing games. And they have every year they have a really good sale. Like buy one, get one, I don't know, 30% off or whatever. So I'll go stock up on paints. But I don't know what it is about people that go to cons and stuff. I don't think they shower. Because when you go in there when it's packed, it's like the whole place stinks. Man, these people like, it's like, you know what soap is, right? It's like, oh my gosh. I remember going there this past December for their annual sale. It's like, oh my gosh, it stinks in here. And it's all the body odors. Like, oh my gosh, like what is up with it? You can afford to shop here. You can afford some soap. I've heard Comic Con is terrible. Like the smell is just like will knock you over. Largest multimedia popular. Oh, that's cool. And that's in Atlanta. When is that? When is Dragon Con? Alright, so I'm gonna be extra diligent on making sure I get everything covered with tape, because by the time I'm done, if there's anything that comes through, I can't do anything about it. Oh, August, okay. Got one layer of tape on her face. I'm going to do another layer going perpendicular to the first layer just to make sure that everything is covered. I used to would the only time I ever would really use liquid mask is if after I would mask something like this, and I would cover everything with liquid mask. It just ensures that it kind of stays down and sealed. Okay, got the head masked. This looks good. The edge is really, really good. And I'm going to give her a light sanding because she does have some overspray from the Krylon mat. So I want to give her any of the dry spray. So this is a microfine sanding sponge. It's about 800 grit sandpaper. Real light. This has a hole comes in the print because I try to use liquid mask replacement finish. What would liquid mask do to your print? Was it did something to your paint? Alright, head is masked. Okay, next up are the arms. I gotta mask off this gun, which is gonna be tricky. I mask off this back part. Yeah, so liquid mask works best if it's a gloss surface, because if it's got a matte finish to it, it's going to stick to your paint pretty good. That's one reason I don't use it. So I'm going to paint the purple on this today, and then I'm going to sign off and spend the rest of the day cleaning up my studio from these two projects, because I really have behind me. It's a complete disaster. There's just I get going. I actually have another table set up next to me to hold parts and stuff, so I need to get all that cleaned up. I was gonna pack Gabriella, but I'm gonna wait because I want to take some photos of these two together, since it's kind of cool that it's the oldest kit and the newest kit together. It's kind of like I want to show like a little side by side of the latest and the oldest together. It's kind of neat little, see where Mark's started and where he is now. Yeah, I've only used liquid mask actually to mask one time. I was doing a I don't know if you know what the anime Fooly Cooly. I was commissioned years ago. This had been God. I was in the middle of the commission when we moved into the house I'm in right now. So it had been going on 13 years ago. I was commissioned to paint some Fooly Cooly kits, and it came with like 12 sets of gloves, different hands, and masking them was not like with tape was not an option. So everyone's like, "Oh, you should try liquid mask," and actually used it on that, and it actually worked pretty well. But that still took freaking forever to mask because you gotta put it on, you gotta let it dry, then you gotta cut around all the areas you want to unmask. So it still wasn't quick, but it for those pieces it worked pretty well because they were just really odd shapes, and that's the only time I've ever actually used liquid mask to mask anything. I know guys that swear by it. Again, it's like use the tools that you're used to. There's no one way to do anything. That's why I use eye decals, because I still suck at painting eyes. People make fun of me for it, but you know what? No one's ever complained about my eyes. So I used to stock up at when the company Squadron was here in Dallas area. They'd have every year they had a show called Eagle Quest, and it was their yearly show. It was a 3-day event. Started on Friday, and it went through Sunday. It was a really nice event. They never made any money because they did it really nice. Nice hotel. They had like a Friday night open bar welcoming party. Anyway, if you bought they had different levels of entry. So I always bought the more expensive ticket, which was like $75, $50. Which basically the perk of that is that they would open up their warehouse and you got everything in the warehouse. I think was either 30 or 40% off list price, not their sale price. But I never bought models there for them because they only sold really military stuff, and I was never built planes or tanks. But they did sell like Tamiya tape and things like that. I would go and literally buy out all their Tamiya tape. I'd buy every single roll they had, and I would stock up on tape. And they were like, "Where'd all the tape go?" I was like, "Matt bought it." It was the first place I'd go because I could get, this roll of tape in the store is I don't know, $4, but I could get it for $2.75. So I stock up on supplies. Okay, once again, I got that arm mask. We're going to go back over it. Some bigger tape pieces going the other direction just to make sure I got coverage. They said you loved the cock. The cock? What? What are you talking about? That's what that means. Are you trying to make gay jokes? Because if you are, that's pretty funny. I'm not sure. I think we got a troll in our midst here, guys. I don't know who this guy is. So what? What's your point? Maybe I do. You know what they say about people who talk about people being gay and are paranoid about it. Usually means they're gay. Just putting that out there. The more you talk about something, alrighty. That arm looks good. Let's do the next one. Makes you laugh. I'm glad it makes you laugh. I'm glad you find humor. You have to say, you got a crack, put some caulk in it. It's good advice. Remember that Saturday Night Live skit that they did a while back with the guy from that TV show Earl or something. There's like this whole like home improvement sketch about talking about caulk. It's funny. I'm masking off the skin tone so I can spray the next color. And I've got to make sure that everything is covered very well because this is gonna stay in mask for a couple days, and I'm spraying metallics and automotive clear coat over all that. So I gotta make sure these are well protected because if I get any of that on the skin tones, I will not be able to get it off. So I'm just being overly cautious that I make sure I get everything covered well. Spraying acrylics, it wouldn't be as imperative to make sure everything's covered 100%. You know, I always do my best, but sometimes I make little errors. But because in acrylic, I could probably get off mostly if I happen to get some, you know, just a little bleed through or something. But when you're dealing with lacquers and automotive 2Ks and all stuff, if it gets on somewhere you don't want to get off, if it gets on something you don't want it to be on, then you're screwed. It's not going to come off. The arms off. Yeah. A little laser gun. Gun's gonna be a pain in the ass to mask, but I'll get it done. So when I'm masking like a kind of a weird curve like here in the arm, the tape doesn't want to fall, I just give it a little relief cut, and then it allows it to wrap around that shape. So I don't want it lifting, I want it to stay flat. So just do a little relief cut and it'll conform. Again, I'm putting way more tape than I normally would. I'm double taping because, again, if I get any of these lacquers or 2K clear on the skin tones or anything I don't want them on, you're not going to get it off. I could try to sand it off really lightly, but even then, the chance of going through the paint are really high. So I'm just basically double masking everything. Maybe a little overkill, but if I had some liquid mask, I would actually use it and just kind of cover all the tape, but I don't have any because I haven't used it in years. I just threw the stuff I did have, I threw it away a few months ago because it was all dried up. Okay, arms are masked. Let's mask off this little part for the backpack. So I wanted to keep that a matte finish. So I put the tape on loose, and then I use my toothpick, or it's been blunted. I don't want a sharp edge on the toothpick, so it'll just tear the tape. And I use that to push it down and seal everything really well. And that gives me the outline where I need to cut. Kevin? Okay, that's masked. Now we're gonna mask this little gun. Let's see. That's gonna be lots of fun. Get the mask between all our little fingers. tiny pieces. What are you doing, dog? No, you cannot be in my lap. I'm working. No, sorry. Not today, baby. The dog wants to get in my lap. I see you. You can't come in my lap. I'm sorry. You cannot come sit in my lap. Very cute right there. Yes. The reason I'm going through all this pain in the ass to mask this little gun is because if I was to try to paint the gun after the fact, it would get covered in that 2K gloss, and the paint I put on top of that would not stick. And that it's too fiddly to try to sand it down, to scuff it up to paint the gun after. So this is really tedious, but it's really the best way to do it. Alexa, play Pandora.
Classic radio from Rebecca's Pandora.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Ooh. Alright, this is pretty good. Anything else will touch up that again. Get this messed off. Remember the little light sanding. Get it off. Alright. I think everything's masked well. Okay. Alright, now I guess kind of do a light sanding. More of like a white sanding. I got a little bit of dry spray from these other colors, skin tones, and just the crayon. If you don't put it on wet, you get a little bit of dry spray. So. And then I'm going to take a second to really clean out my airbrush really good. I'm going to break it down, give it a good cleaning. getting a little light wipe with this, so it feels smooth to the touch. I'm gonna get a little slightly damped Q-tip here just to kind of wipe it down, get any dust off. I can't give it a bath now, it's got tape on it. Can't get the tape wet. Okay, so the boots go purple, the gloves go purple, the towel goes purple, and then we'll mask off tomorrow the purple so I can spray the legs orange, these little panels orange, the neck orange, these guys orange. And then once that's done, I can unmask everything, and hopefully everything looks good and I can spray the clear coat. Okay, let's put the base to the side so I can get paint on it. Let's give the airbrush a really good cleaning. What's up, Tony? You missed all the fun part on the masking. Give this a really good cleaning before I start spraying in color. Getting the purple down on Daphne. And then I'm going to spend the rest of the day cleaning up from Gabriella because my work area is a mess. all the way down because it is gunky from just going back and forth with different paints. It gets gunked up pretty good. Oh yeah. Is that a seal or is that paint buildup? I can't tell. Paint buildup. Okay. Not cleaning up Gabriella, cleaning up from Gabriella. I've got tables full of just crap everywhere behind me. My work area is a mess from. So I had to bring out a couple extra tables, a couple parts while I worked on her. And as I work, I just kind of throw stuff behind me, so there's like trash everywhere. I just need to clean up. I get going and I don't slow down to. You know, when I roll around, there's just crap all over the floor. So I got to spend a couple hours cleaning up. Scam calls, like ridiculous. A ton of scam calls lately. What are you doing today, Lena? Alexa, pause. What's that? Some work? Like at work? You at work today? Oh, you're actually gonna do school work? Yeah, I need her to make it some more of those cookies. Those are like the best cookies I ever had. I need to order some of those. The one I had yesterday, it was filled with chocolate and then had those little eggs in it. Oh my gosh! I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best cookie. I know. I need to order some. So so the thing is, I've got some of those Easter eggs still from. I have one more bag. So I may order some for my birthday. Have them put out for my birthday. Because it was like the best cookie I ever had. Yeah, I'll obviously pay her for them. Ask her how much for 2 dozen. Sam? My daughter has a friend that's studying culinary. She wants to go to culinary school, so she's taking culinary classes in high school. And she made the best cookies I've ever had. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, I think the body's clean. Uh-oh, that's not good. Okay, good. Kind of came off the Q-tip. Okay, that part's looking good. Alexa, play. Alexa, play Pandora Voyager.
Voyager Radio from Rebecca's Pandora.
I use just like a degreasing dish soap, like a Dawn works really good. I just use Ajax, which is the cheap, the cheap stuff from like Dollar Tree. So I just use that with a scrub brush and give it a good wash. Now when I was doing when I do Gundams, like this is Avi, I'll actually use my ultrasonic cleaner and I'll use Purple Power because there's so much masking on those that has to stay on the parts for extended periods of time, and I'm like really neurotic about making sure that it's really clean. So I'll use Purple Power and soak them in Purple Power overnight, and I'll put in my ultrasonic cleaner. So it's probably overkill, but I have had some Gundam kits where like the paint just won't stick. But for figures, I've always ever used just like a Dawn or Ajax. Warm water, scrub it really good, and I'll rinse it and I'll scrub it. Usually I wash it twice. You can also use I also used to use like soft scrub with bleach in it. That's good because it's got a little grit to it, and if that just helps with the paint adhesion. Kind of sands it a little bit, while you're cleaning. But yeah, just a Dawn like dish soap would work perfect. Something that has a degreaser in it. But if you're really worried about it, you can soak it in Purple Power overnight. It's full strength, and then give them a good rinse. So that works too. But if it's primed and you put it in Purple Power, it will take the primer off. It'll eat it. So if it's bare resin, it's fine. But Purple Power will strip paint. So if you don't want to strip any primer off, don't use that. Alexa, next song. Alexa, what song is this?
This is Halcyon Teen Spirit from Teen Spirit soundtrack.
Alexa, play Voyager Radio.
Voyager Radio from Rebecca's Pandora.
No. Yeah, so give him a good bath. And then, yeah, just throw some primer on it. From the Style Rush primer. It'll be good. Where did that go? Okay, cool. Yeah, lucky I need to order. I need to order a couple big bottles of the gray. Out of it.
With over 300 lifestyle locations with extended hours, there's opportunity here. Find a live color near you at katiestuds.com/live color. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
I'm just cleaning my airbrush because it is really dirty, and I'm getting ready to put some paint down on this. Put the purple down on this female kit, and then I'm gonna clean up my work area from weeks of working on these things. This sprays. Spraying like new. All right. Clean this up. Okay. All right. So the base coat's what's your color? GX Metallic Violet. So the purple's actually got some pink in it, but we're gonna do violet. We want like a deeper purple. Oh, damn it. Spoke thinner on the picture. Oh no, I didn't see it. Yeah, send it to me because I didn't see it. Okay, so we're gonna base coat this. And then we'll do some shading. And that's really it for the paint on her today. Just gotta dry overnight so we can mask the orange tomorrow. They gotta find a good orange. It's like the. Do you want an orange like this, Tony? Because this is kind of more of a goldish color. Do you want something a little more like brighter? Like so let me know what you want for the orange. Okay, so I gotta do the boots. This paint you kind of want to build up slowly. Just want to hose it on. Takes a little while for it to cover. I should probably be doing this in the spray booth. I'll try to do that here. Put a light coat on, and then I'll let it dry for 5 or 10 minutes, and put a second coat on. Seen a few where they painted the legs and skin tones. Those look pretty good too. I like the full body suit personally. So I'm doing a little deeper purple than what Mark did on his, you know, the Graven Labs piece. This is kind of like the purple I use, if I remember correctly. And then I go in and do some shading and. So like this kind of darker purple, the orange will really pop. There's one coat. I'm gonna let this dry for about 10-15 minutes. Just want to build it up slowly. The first one I did almost 10 years ago, I tried to go too fast and I had to strip her like 3 or 4 times because the paint kept not reacting well. I was trying to build it up too fast and did not turn out. So I'm gonna hang her up over here and just kind of take a little break while that dries. I'll probably put 3 coats of the purple on, and then I'll use. We've got dark, clear, black, and purple. This is what I used up for the. Maybe too dark. I don't want black. Clear purple. Violet. So that makes it a little maybe it's a little custom clear. This is what I used on the Batman. That actually might. I'll test that. That may be too dark. Yeah, when you're doing these lacquers and the 2K stuff, you gotta go slow. You can't rush it because you gotta let all the layers really dry well, because you'll end up with major issues later. So the acrylics you can go a little quicker.